Hi everyone, I'm Tanaz from foreverconscious.com and this is your weekly energy forecast for the week of February 27th, or really just the first week of March. I know a lot of you guys write in the comments that you have breakfast and watch these videos on Sunday morning, so I thought I'd join you. I've got my tea today. I'm joining you while you're having your breakfast. Okay, so the main energetic force that we have for us this week is the Pisces new moon. It peaks on March 2nd. But before I talk about that, the Pisces new moon, there's another energy that I just want to tap on, and this is Venus. Venus has been very active since December last year. She went retrograde, and Venus retrograde is rare. So whenever we have a rare energy in our cosmic skies, we tend to feel it. We tend to notice it. So perhaps at this point in the year, since we've been working with Venus energy basically since December, perhaps at this point you're starting to see relationship upgrades, or relationships that have fallen away, or relationship dynamics that have needed to change or have fallen away. Maybe you've also noticed certain triggers with people, certain relationships that are triggering, and you've had to look at yourself and go, I wonder why I'm getting triggered, or why is this person triggering me so much? You may have also noticed this in the relationship with yourself. Venus can help us to love ourselves more, to think about our heart energy and how we are showing up with our heart energy for ourselves and for others. Maybe you've come into a sense of love for yourself. Maybe you've been drawn to more where those self-critical thoughts have been sitting. Venus energy been very active, and this week we're kind of getting that final activation of energy before Venus sort of quietens down her energy. So what we may notice is the end, the culmination point to anything that you have been moving through in regards to your relationships, in regards to issues around love. That's love in relationships, but also self-love. So we may notice this week the end of the story, so to speak, around power struggles. If we've been having power struggles in our relationships, where we've needed to regain control, where we have needed to release control in our relationships, any relationship upgrades, we might be feeling the full extent of their beauty at this point. Any relationships that have fallen away, we may begin to feel, okay, I'm seeing the whole picture now. I'm seeing the end of the story. Things are starting to make sense. I know that this dynamic was unhealthy, or now I'm looking for this, or whatever it is. We'll be able to see the end of the road. So that's this week. So if you have been really feeling this Venus energy and really have had a lot of relationship stuff come up for you, this will be the sort of finale to that energy. And usually with the finale, we tend to get some closure, some peace, some deeper level of understanding. So that energy is very active this week. And part of this on March 4th is Venus leaving its shadow phase. So whenever a planet goes retrograde, it has a little shadow phase at the start, at the end of the retrograde. And basically, once Venus leaves this little shadow phase, which happens on March 4th, we have so much forward moving energy. I've told you March is the only month of the year where we have all planets moving direct. There are no retrogrades. Whenever a planet goes retrograde, it sort of brings this reflective, needing to go back energy into the cosmic skies. We have none of that. And especially with Venus leaving that shadow phase this week, so much forward moving energy. I wonder, maybe March will feel like it goes very quickly. Whenever we have a lot of forward-moving planets, I feel like time feels like it speeds up a little bit. So I don't know, maybe March will be one of those months that feels very quick. But yeah, so Venus energy, all of that Venus energy we've been working with since December of last year, now wrapped up. We're kind of getting ready to upgrade to the next level whenever Venus goes retrograde or is active again. So under this new moon, which is sort of the main focus for the week, we have some heavier energies under this new moon. Pisces is a very reflective energy. And this new moon falls in the sign of Pisces. And when I was looking at the chart for this new moon, because again, I do everything pretty much intuitively, it just felt like this new moon felt a little confronting, almost like, we're really being encouraged to sit with our shadow side, to sit with those things that are really sometimes uncomfortable and icky and make peace with them. Where we're holding on to shame, where we're holding on to resentments, where we're holding on to anger or jealousy, or those things that we sometimes don't want to admit that we feel, or those things that we're, stuff that happened in the past and you're just like, why am I still holding on to that? I'm annoyed that I'm still holding on to that. But there it is, sitting in the little shadows, that hurt, that pain from something that happened in the past, waiting to be seen, waiting to be recognized, waiting to maybe be looked at. And that's what the feeling around this new moon. It's kind of like sitting with our shadow side, sitting with the dark. There's something from my past which tends to come up in my mind a lot. And I'm like, why am I still holding on to this? I've done so much release work around it. I've, done rituals, I've written letters, I've burnt them. But every now and again, it's just this nagging thing that comes up. And I guess it's because it's pain. There's a pain there. There's wherever there's anger, because I tend to feel a little bit angry about this situation that happened. Where there is anger, there is a pain underneath it. And I feel like for me, maybe that's something I can sit with, this resentment that's come up. Maybe that's something that I need to confront, with my shadow self. And it's not so much that I'm looking to fix it. And this is the reason why I'm bringing it up, because I'm offering this to you. It's kind of just sitting with it and acknowledging that it's there. I don't want you to get caught up on, how do I fix this? How do I heal this? No, just sit with it. Just be with it. If the healing happens, it happens. If you feel called to heal, if something comes up and you feel that energy kind of being released from your body, great. But this energy is really just encouraging us to sit with it and find the compassion and the love for ourselves as we do it. That's the kind of healing that's on offer to us under this new moon. So it's sitting with those little pieces of shame, those things that we feel ashamed about, those sort of emotions or those situations that we tuck away, that we don't really want to look at, that we don't really want to confront. That's what this new moon might encourage us to do. And actually, that is where we're really being supported. If you want, it's a good time to do this anyway, but if you want universal support and that gentle ease of compassion and love, this is a nice time to do that. So if you feel called, sitting with the shadows, sitting with those deeper emotions, I have a ritual to guide you. As always, I always create rituals for the new moon and the full moon. I'll drop a link below in the description box, but you can find it at foreverconscious.com. And in that ritual, there are some journal prompts. There's a little exercise. So Pisces rules over the feet. So there's like a little foot massage ritual. And these journal prompts. If you don't want to do the whole thing, just take a journal prompt. Just try the journal prompt and see if that helps you to kind of sit with something that's uncomfortable. As awful as it is sometimes to sit with what's uncomfortable, I really feel like it's necessary to live a full, awakened life. It's hard, but there is so much beauty that can come out of it. So if it resonates for you, if there's something in that shadow side of you that you kind of want to get up, get out, confront, just sit with, send some love to, this is a perfect week to do that. There are heavy energies happening in the world around us too, as I'm sure a lot of you know. This new moon doesn't really help maybe, but I do want to offer you this, because the energy around this new moon is a little bit more deep, is a little bit more sensitive. I want you to be really mindful about protecting your own energy, looking after your energetic self, spending time to reconnect and trying to find your own peace. This doesn't mean that we don't show up, we don't help, we don't support, all of those things, absolutely. But if it starts to become too much, give yourself permission to switch off, to reconnect, to spend time in nature. Make sure that you are looking after yourself, because if we want peace on this earth, we have to radiate peace. That is where our power lies. If we cannot physically be on the ground helping, we can donate, we can physically be on the ground helping, but if that's not what you're doing, if that's not what you can do at this time, the next best thing is to just hold the vibration of peace. So see if you can bring yourself back to peace, and then allow that peace. You can actually close your eyes and visualize sending that peace to wherever it is needed around the world. Wherever anyone is hurting, you can visualize sending that peace out. So, energies of the new moon, they do encourage us to sit with what's dark, but there's a strong gift there when we can do that. I really do believe it helps us to lead a richer and fuller life. Look after yourself, look after your energy. You may be feeling extra sensitive under this new moon. Bring yourself back to peace, radiate peace, and let's send peace out to wherever it is needed, wherever anyone is hurting, wherever anything is hurting. Let your peace flow to that thing, to that person. Send it out there. All right, I hope that was helpful. You all take care of yourselves. Have a wonderful week. I will be sending my peace to you, and you pass it along with your peace, sending it out to somebody else. Thank you guys so much.